Show you how to get rid of torticollis. That's when it hurts really bad to turn your neck. So I'm going to start up here with his neck, and I'm just going to massage it really nicely. And really, when we're doing any kind of massage, you want to relax all the muscles around it, not just that specific area. So I might start with his neck like that, but I also want to just relax all the areas around it. And I'm going to give a regular massage on his back so that his muscles can start relaxing. And then it just makes it easier when you go for the neck. The neck will be ready to relax for you. If you want, you can even use hot stones on him. It makes a really nice relaxation. And for that, you can put a little bit of oil. Be careful if it's too hot, just do it quickly. Yeah, that's hot right now. I'm gonna leave it there for a minute and just let my warm hands do the work. So remember, our target is to get up here on the neck, so I'm gonna relax around the shoulders. Maybe now our hot stones are a little bit less hot. Really relax around the areas so that he can get nice and his neck muscles will work with us instead of against us. I love hot stone. It really does a lot of the work for us. But you don't have to have it. I went over one of his muscles there. Oh, he's got some tight rhomboids. We're gonna have to work on those rhomboids later. Okay, so he's got those tight neck muscles. If I don't have hot stone, that's okay. Just work on relaxing around the neck muscles. Now, for my first move, I'm gonna push up on the back of his neck and push down on that same muscle. Just opposite one another. Elongate it. And then I'm gonna start going side on its side, pushing it forward. Just kind of asking it to release itself. Remember, the levator scapula starts right here, right at the edge of the scapula. So, and it goes all the way up the neck. And that's what gets tight. So I'm just stretching that out. Stretching all those muscles out. Really feeling a little tightness around here, so I might want to go like that. If you have a hot stone, you might want to put that in there. I like to use hot stones for deep tissue. For me, it's not just a little frou-frou thing. Really push up on that. Now, generally people only get torticollis on one side, but I'm going to get both sides right now. Really relax both sides of his neck. Even though it's only on one side, I want to get both sides of his neck relaxed. I never do one side and leave the other side not done. I'm going to get both sides, even though it's only one side that's having the issue. Again, you don't have to have hot stones. Sometimes when you don't have hot stones and you feel like it's just not relaxing, you can start with the trigger points. And here I'm trying to start with this trigger point right down here, right on the very top of the glutes. And when you start messing there, they start trying to fight you a little bit with the glutes. So I keep one hand here, one hand up here, and do the same. You do them at the same time, and pushing down and relaxing. They're not going to be able to fight you on both ends, and finally they'll both end up giving up. Especially with a little shake. Shakes really help muscles relax. Okay, so if let's say his neck is not relaxing, so I'm going to start with this lower trigger point, right there, right at the edge of the sacrum and the top of the gluteus maximus, right there. I'm not putting my elbow in there too hard, I'm just resting it on that area. Just trying to remind the glute to relax. And then if I feel like he's tightening up a little too much, I just give it a shake. Now I'll move up along the erector spinae, hitting any trigger points I feel like are a little bit more pronounced. There's two trigger points right here, one here and one here. And that's a little pronounced right there. He's got a tight trigger point there. So I'm still relaxing his shoulder with my left hand here. And I'm hitting some trigger points. Not too hard. I'm like relaxing my whole forearm against his erector spinae. I'm not going at it too hard. I feel a trigger point right here. That one's a tight one. Right there. Going up, up. Feel that levator scapula right there. And then now I'm going to use the back of my arm to relax his shoulder because it's got a lot of power there. And then come up over. Kind of do that contour right there with my arm around his scapula. Now I'm going to use my other arm. I'm really kind of digging my elbow in alongside the erector spinae, contouring around the scapula, right where that levator scapula is, contouring right around that. And I can feel pop, 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 pop from tight muscles. Ah, right there. Really felt that one. And I'm going to go to the other side. I'm really making sure that everything is nice and relaxed before I go after the neck. Because in reality, torticollis is in the neck. I know that it comes from the levator scapula, but it goes up the neck, and in the neck is really where we're going to help get rid of it. So I'm starting on his trigger points down here in the upper glutes while I play around with his shoulder up here, relaxing his shoulder. This time he's a little bit more relaxed. I lay my arm and my elbow right in the top right here of the gluteus maximus, right over the little edge right there. There's a little pronounced meaty area. And I just relax my elbow into it. I don't push or anything like that. And then I go up the erector spinae, hitting any trigger points that feel like they need to be hit. A little bit right there. I don't feel so much going up on this side of trigger points. So if you ever want to find the trigger points, there's where the rib cage is. Right where the rib cage ends, there's a couple right there, like right at the ending and a little bit below. So you've got this one, you've got this one, you've got one here. There's one that's like 2 inches below the scapula over here, so there's one right here. It's a good one for mid-back pain. Work all in that area when somebody has mid-back pain. And then up here in the levator scapula. So go up here. There we go. Yeah. Get rid of that torticollis. Massage that neck a little bit more back here. But the real work on the neck is going to be when I turn him over. When he's face up, that's when we'll really get to the torticollis. Okay, Portland, you can turn around, face up. Then you can scoot down on the table so that your head is off this headrest. This beautiful hair. Okay, so I'm going to get my hands, put them on either side of his spine and the back of the neck here, and just do a few. I lift and pull with my fingers on either side of the spine on the back of his neck. So I'm lifting kind of more with these two fingers and pulling. So I lift and pull. Lift and pull. Make sure that this is a little bit more relaxed. That feels a little bit tight in there. Believe it or not, people get tight on the front of their neck too. I'll teach you in another video how to get rid of tight muscles on the front of the neck. But right now we're dealing with a torticollis. So I'm just kind of playing with my fingers like this on either side of the spine going up. Just releasing anything that's tight in there. Now here's the golden nugget. Lift his head a bit. I find that ridge, there's a certain little ridge going from the back to the front. There's a little ridge right there that you're going to feel. So I want to start down here, putting my thumb in that ridge and letting his neck go back and forth. Moving up little by little. Moving up. Usually the torticollis is found about right here, and about mid-neck. So I'm going to stay on that a little bit, let that melt away. Extend it a little. Go on there again, find it, stay on it, let it melt away, and bring his head toward it. Okay, that usually gets rid of torticollis right there. That's enough to do it. So I'm going to do it on the other side. Starting at the base, putting my thumb down here at the very bottom, and turning his head. Going up a little, right where the torticollis is usually found. Up a little bit more. And you'll be able to actually feel a little tiny knot where the torticollis has gotten tight and not letting the neck move. Okay. Sometimes I can lift like that. Depending on the situation and the weight of the body. Stretching the neck is always a great idea. Making sure that their neck is totally relaxed. You don't want them helping at all. I brought him down. I had my fingers at the base, and now I'm pulling toward the occipital, and I'm just going to let him sit there for a minute while I hold my fingers on his occipital and let him relax. We can also pull his neck this way. Then pull his neck this way. And say goodbye to torticollis. I'm Laurie. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on our next video.